5:15 p.m. on 1/3/2018. Through my research, I found the Infant Kiss of Jesus. That is a composition, a musical score, 1940s, of this great pianist in an opera or something, in some kind of musical, public musical. It was about Saint Germain and the transmutation, and it was about Jesus and how the transmutation happens, about putting the scepter together with the rose line, with the ruby, and transformation of the violet flame, which I think might turn on everybody's third eye. Maybe that's what that does. The root of the red, the center of the earth, our mother, our caretaker, our humble planet, and our cultivating the red stone for other cosmoses to seed, as we do, because that's how we do. What I was just going through was understanding that Kate Bush put the music from the composer, the old songs, the old play, whatever it was, into her song, The Infant Kiss. And I always wondered about that song. Why Should I Love You, combined with The Infant Kiss of Jesus. They make perfect sense, the songs.
You should not speak of it. You should not think it even. Have you ever seen a picture of Jesus nothing? You think he had a beautiful smile, a smile that healed. A smile that could take you home.
It was his soul that she was in love with, and it was the soul of the Messiah, the Savior of us all, the Messiah within. And I was feeling this infant, and I saw Horus. I got Horus, the Aeon, the divine child. And then Krishna came as a child, about, little kid, 3-year-old, maybe even short kid, but divine and cosmic at the same time, mature, but at the same time playful. He's like, infant kiss, what's up? Let me show you. And I was like, okay. And so I gave him my hand, and he kissed my hand, and as his lips touched my hand, he became a child, a man, a god, all of the things that they truly are. The kaleidoscope of God, the light, the undivided light. Thank you. The undivided light, yes. And when I see it in gender, usually, because Jesus asked me in a vision a while ago, can you see Mary's face? He lifted her veil and said, can you see her face? And I said, she's all women of all time periods. She's all of us. And he's like, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted you to see, because it's the truth. Anyway, Krishna kissed me, and he became all. And then he's like, that's the infant kiss. It's a kiss of innocence that shows the all. And I was, thank you, because nobody knows that. As far as I know, nobody knows that. It's because their hearts have to be open to the truth, and their egos have to be out of the way completely to get the truth. Because the truth is fun, it's loving, it's joyful. And people do not look for that first. They look for what's wrong. They look for the danger. You're right. Defensive mind, ego, Western culture. Yes, thank you. And it's finally nice to talk to somebody who understands. So after Krishna kissed my hand, we were listening to music, and he took my pointy finger, my index finger, and my pinky in one hand and one in the other hand, because his hands were tiny. And he started swinging it side to side, kind of like a fun gesture, like a loving gesture. And the song said, let go. I've got to let go, let go.
20 seconds to compose. So let go. It's alright, 'cause there's beauty in breakdowns. You let go.
The most potent one of these I remember was in an awakening when the Gregor hypnotized me against my will, bent my will, and got me to scream, which is a form of letting go, a form of letting something out that I was keeping at bay, something dark that I was cultivating, a Buddha medicine. So that was a banshee. Then, like the next day, it was very shortly after that, Katrina happened. With all the voodoo and all the dead soul, ghosty, spooky woos of the bardo and all that frickin' Marie Laveau, Queen stuff came up. And boy, did it come up. And it was generations and generations and generations of it. That's a whole other shit show, I'd like to call it. Krishna was swinging my hand that he just kissed, and he's holding these two fingers in particular, and I'm hearing let go. And Krishna reiterated, yeah, you gotta let go. And I said, it's the big darkness, it's the big dogs, I'm holding back the hounds of hell. And Krishna's like, you gotta let go, you gotta let those dogs run, it's time. And so I said, let slip the dogs of war. And it breaks my heart. But I know it has to happen. So, letting loose the dogs of war, I take in the poison to make the medicine. And when the medicine is ready, when the cure is ready, the sickness is released upon the planet. And that's war. And that's war like we've never seen it before. Because it's the hounds of hell. It's all your ancestors. But it will lead to the soul's gold. It will make lead into gold. And that's the promise of God. So no matter what you see, you cling to the Buddhist saying, nitty, nitty, neither this nor that. It is all a show. Fiction, friction to grow the soul. When Krishna asked me in his most pleasant way to allow, to let go and allow, I knew what I was holding back. Sometimes I become really familiar with it like it's mine. Okay, but this is my pet. This is my darkness. I'm protecting it. And it's like, boy, when you are a medicine Buddha and you're holding these horrifying demons for lifetimes and they're attacking you, it's like being eaten by piranhas. That guy got his liver eaten every day. Well, it's like that in the spiritual realm, because in order for me to be manifest here in a body, I have to also be manifest in the fourth dimension, and that's where they get me. The nightmare girl is no joke. I understood I had to be hypnotized into letting go for Katrina, because it was my first time out of the box. I didn't know I was a medicine Buddha in that way in particular, holding back darkness and full-fledged Kundalini at the same time. Broke my back, literal. And I got a transmission from the Masonic Lodge in the upstairs that they broke my back. They told me that I broke the first two laws of their lodge. And so the steps are laws. And so they broke the first two steps on my staircase, which is my spine. They think I'm a Mason still because I took vows in France against my will with my family, who hoodwinked me and took me at night to take the vows before I was murdered as a rich person, because all of the rich people had their day coming, but it's complicated. I had to get back into a bloodline, and so I did. And I was murdered, which made me a martyr because I was innocent. And who doesn't want to be a martyr, right? If you're going to go to the park, ride all the rides. That was my martyr. So that was my Mason connection. And if you're real Illuminati, one of these groups is probably going to catch you in their net one way or another, one lifetime or another. Whether you were a Templar or whatever great cause they had going on at the time, whatever Kool-Aid they were selling, you drank it. Because they kind of took over everything. They took the mystery schools, turned them upside down, and they all became Satanists. Or materialists, same difference. Service to self. And they're going to pay somehow. I keep thinking of the crow, which is a bird, and the backside of my heart, my animus. He saw it all, and he knows it all. So when I felt the dogs go out of me, the hounds of hell, Caribus, I realized there are no more dogs in hell. They're all on earth. And that's going to take a minute to manifest, but there will be talk of nuclear strikes. There will be missiles. Missiles will be shot off. People will die. And this is the beginning of the apocalypse, which is the revelation, to reveal, to see, and to take down the old and live in the new. So in the end, it's all good, but this is the end of the Kali Yuga. This is as ugly as it's ever gonna get, and we're about to go there together. And I walk forward with my left foot of trust.
Magenta has just released the dogs.